Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Chuck and Shoop Show. I'm your host, Shoop, and I'm here with my boy,
Chuck, and I'm ready to fucking rumble.
Are you ready to rumble, baby? We got another fantastic show today. We're actually going to count down, in honor of the new year, the top 10 plays in the NFL this season. So make sure you stick around for that. But we're going to kick things off like we usually do.
Oh, yeah.
And how do we usually kick things off?
With a little dubs and L's to get us going.
Let's sprinkle some W's and L's in there. So first W is going to come from baseball. We are in the baseball off season, so probably not the right time to be talking about it, but we got to talk about these New York Mets, man.
Yeah.
It's like unlimited money, unlimited funds that this team is spending.
I love it.
Yeah, and I probably have talked about this in a previous episode, but they did it again. They signed Carlos Correa to a 12-year, $300 million deal. And the deal was fantastic, but it was the fact that he actually had agreed to sign with the Giants first, and then something was going wrong with the physical, and then just switched over like that. Like the Mets had the offer in hand. It's an already crowded infield too with Lindor there. Yeah. So I guess he's going to fit in at DH.
I heard he was going to third base. That's what I heard. I heard he's going to play third.
Yeah, third base actually makes a lot of sense. The Mets did have a bit of a need there. But hell, the Mets, like Steve Cohen, from what I've heard, really this W goes out to him. His dad is really old, and he wants to see his dad. He wants his dad to see a Mets World Series win before he dies. And Steve Cohen is going balls to the wall to make sure that shit happens. But it's not just for him. Also, it's for all the fans that have suffered after all these years being the laughingstock next to the Yankees in the same city. It's about time that we get ourselves a World Series and try to get ourselves some ground in this New York baseball race.
Now, what do you think about the whole signing as a Mets fan?
So the salary cap and like the luxury tax, the tax rules, it's different in baseball.
Yeah,
different teams have different payrolls based on what their owners are willing to spend.
Mm-hmm.
So if my owner is showing the intent to pay these guys, even if it's a bit of overpayment, if he wants to put together a team of studs that we can win the World Series, then hell, I'm all for it. I mean, I think we got the manager in Buck Showalter that can put that team together too. It's a far cry from the days of signing Jason Bay. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Why not the Mets? That's what I say. Why not the Mets? So for my dub, changing to a different sport, soccer. I've been about it for these past 2 weeks. My dub is going out to maybe I think he is the greatest soccer player, football player ever, Lionel Messi, and Argentina just won the World Cup on Sunday. And I think that was the best. I don't watch a lot of soccer, but that was the best soccer match I've ever seen in my lifetime. And I don't watch a lot of soccer, and a lot of other people are saying that's one of the best matches ever in the World Cup history. Now, I was hungover Sunday morning, so I kind of missed it, but I did watch the highlights and the end of it, and my God, it was electric. I did have France, but overall, huge dub for Messi, and I'm proud of him for cementing his legacy as one of the greatest ever.
Chuck, that was you've been harping on the World Cup the entire time we've been doing the show the last few weeks, and every week they keep delivering with these W's. And
yeah,
that game topped it all. It was incredible.
Also, a great way to start NFL Sunday. Honestly, got me jacked up.
Yeah. So Chuck, for my L this week, I want you to check out this video that I had just sent you. So we're gonna show it to the fans here as well.
I've seen this. Yep.
Oh, okay, great. So this L is gonna go to this Raiders fan in particular, but this goes to pretty much any junk football fans out there that make the game way more than it should be. Yeah. So basically what happened was this asshole of a woman, she after the miracle play for the Raiders that helped them beat the Patriots, she apparently was giving the Patriots fan a hard time next to him for quote cheering on the Patriots in her stadium. And then after the touchdown happened, you could see her literally rubbing in his face as much as possible. Like it couldn't be more blatant how bad this is, how bad she's rubbing her face. Now, bonus W to Robert Kraft, who actually saw this video that went viral with over 10 million views, and gave this guy like box seat tickets
Huge
to the
dub.
game,
I think, yeah, huge
home
dub.
game versus the Bengals. So he definitely deserves a W for that, but it really is more important for me to highlight the L for this woman. But she was caught on camera. We don't know how many other fans out there that haven't been caught on camera that do stupid shit like this when you go to an NFL game. And I love going to NFL games, but people like that make this shit really unenjoyable. So if you watch that and you at all identify all of that fan who is harassing that Patriots fan, you need to check yourself.
Seriously. And let that be a note for everybody. Do not be that person. Just don't be that person. Be respectful. Even if you're at an away stadium, doesn't matter. It's just not cool.
What else isn't cool, Chuck? What you got for your L?
So another thing that isn't cool is when other schools start offering your quarterback, who probably is the best in the country, millions of dollars to go to another school. I think that's and I get it. That's probably the environment we're in right now. That's what NIL deals have come to in college football land and everything and all the money. But I think this is just disturbing. And they didn't say what schools it was, but I got to give a shit ton of props to Drake Maye. And because I'm sorry, I would have taken that money, but
I would too.
Right? Like my young 20-year-old self, 21-year-old self, fucking $5 million to go play at USC. I'm not saying it was them, but maybe it was probably Alabama or Texas A&M. But anyway, now a lot of props to Drake Maye. I think it had to do with his brother went there, Luke Maye. Remember, the UNC basketball player, won the national champion. I think it has to do a lot with family. And I mean, and now that he's stayed, that's got to be a huge thing for recruiting with North Carolina. So even though it's an L, it's also a dub for Drake Maye staying.
A huge dub for Drake Maye for staying loyal. But it's definitely an L because you look at the longevity of college football, where it's going. You have these super conferences coming up, expanded playoff. It just seems like we're going to see these teams become dynasties, and it's going to funnel more and more to the top, as we see in European soccer leagues or the NBA, where the teams at the top just continue to win year after year. Or maybe I shouldn't mention NBA because at least they have the draft and stuff.
Yeah.
But
I know
college football, soccer, it's not a good look. Parity is best. Period.
100%. Honestly,
right,
one thing I'll say, hopefully it makes it competitive.
I hope so too. Looking forward to these super conferences, but I'm just hoping it makes college football better.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
All right, Chuck, I got a question for you. Can I get some
headline? Yes, you may.
Headlines from around the sports world. We will begin with football, and this is probably the biggest result of this past weekend. The Jaguars at home against a 10-3 Cowboys team come back from down 27-10 and win the game in overtime on a Dak pick six, 40-34. So the sports world here is caught up with the Cowboys. What's going on with them? They blew a lead. Is it going to be like this in playoff time? But I got this point from Colin Cowherd, and I thought it was very interesting. The real story here is Trevor Lawrence and Doug Peterson. There are very few elite QB coach combos in this league.
Yeah.
And in these past few weeks, these comebacks that Trevor Lawrence has led on, and the fight and the will to keep this team into the game, um, you got to say that Trevor Lawrence has officially arrived, and
100%.
he's he's already there as one of the elite QBs in the NFL. Chuck, what was your takeaway from this game?
Now I know it ended like kind of ended weird. Like Noah Brown caught the pass and the ball was flipped up in the air and they returned it for a touchdown. But you do have a point there. Trevor Lawrence has exceeded. I feel like he's exceeded expectations, and he's doing it with a team that last year wasn't put together. And I don't even count his year last year with Urban Meyer and all that. But now he has a team that was put together. And now, even though it was a rocky start in the beginning of the season with new coaching and everything, now we're in the middle of the season and they're in the spot to become division AFC South division champions still. Like they're very well in that race. They just need the Titans to lose a couple games. So Trevor Lawrence is definitely on the come up, and he could be one of the top elite quarterbacks next year.
Yes, watch out for tonight's Jaguars Jets game. If the Jaguars win, then I'm pretty sure if the Titans lose one more game, then the Week 18 game
Yeah, then it's about
automatically becomes a win and in game. So
Titans
very
gotta lose
exciting.
this week. Yeah, and Jags got to win today, 100%.
Very
Now,
exciting.
I got a headline here. I want to keep it on the football, or we'll keep it on the football scale later. I got basketball. Now, the Lakers lost again to the Kings last night. They're now 0-8 in their own division. Headline here is, are the Lakers done? Am I too early to say that they're done? But I feel like they're done. I think the Lakers are done.
Well, Chuck, let me ask you a question. Where is Anthony Davis right now?
Oh, hurt again.
Yep. That's all you really need to know.
And LeBron is having insane games right now. It's actually absurd the amount of shit he's doing with nobody. So,
well, I don't want to blame LeBron
no,
because
I'm not. I'm just saying.
I don't want to blame LeBron because he's having another fantastic year at 37. It's unfathomable. But
Yeah.
at the same time, with LeBron, this is kind of the team that he created. At this point in his career, he's kind of like a head coach.
Yeah.
He wanted all these washed-up veterans on his squad because that's who he wanted to play with. And of course, the Lakers are going to say yes, we'll sign all these players. And now it's not working out. LeBron's got to do it all himself. And what does LeBron care at this point? I mean, his legacy's already pretty established. He ain't winning shit with this team. I'll tell you that. And Anthony Davis, he got that ring during that COVID year, which is fantastic, I guess. But ever since then, he just never plays. And I don't know what kind of legacy he has. I mean, like if any at all. I think that's the most embarrassing aspect of this team. Your second best player can't stay healthy whatsoever. He's got to condition himself better or something. But yeah, I don't see any hope for the Lakers this year.
It's not looking good. It's not looking good. But
what is looking good is our Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah.
Brooklyn Nets are maybe the hottest team in the NBA right now. They got off to a really bad start, controversy filled. It's all turned around. I mean, Kyrie had an insane buzzer beater about a week ago, and then you have, and then the Nets keep winning these close games. Not always against good competition, but that's what good teams should do: beat the bad competition. Yes. So, do the Nets have any chance at maybe clawing their way up to the 1 seed over the Celtics?
I think they do. They definitely do. They're playing in rhythm. They're beating teams that they should beat finally. The Celtics, they've lost a lot. Especially they just lost at home and they got killed by the Pacers yesterday. So I'm looking for the Nets to take complete control. Everyone's putting in the work. Joe Harris is finally coming to fruition. He's playing consistently. Ben Simmons just got off an injury and he's coming back. So, I'm not going to be surprised if by the beginning of the All-Star break that the Nets are the 1 seed in the East. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, they've got to stay healthy. point blank. That's what's killed them the last couple of
And
years.
Kyrie's got to keep his mouth shut. That's it.
Yeah, continuity is key.
Yep.
Let's see, one more headline, Chuck.
All right, ready? I'm gonna keep it basketball here. UNC again. They just beat Michigan last night. They came off to a rocky start. They were ranked like the #1 team in the country to begin the season. Came off to a rocky start, went 6-4, but now they've won 3 in a row. They won 3 in a row. They just beat Michigan, which is a very good team, coached by Juwan Howard. And I'm thinking that they're coming back to their old ways, and hopefully they get ranked, and they keep running through their conference. But at first, I didn't think they were going to do good. They brought everybody back, but now that everybody's back and they're playing within rhythm of each other, and it's what's his name, second year, the UNC head coach, I forgot his name. So I'm hoping they turn around the second half of the season, coming after New Year's, and they run the whole tournament. Hubert Davis, it was Davis. Yep, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, well, UNC's had a tough schedule so far.
That too. They played a lot of guys in a lot of teams in invitational tournaments.
Yeah, a lot of invitational tournaments. I mean, it's never good to lose 4 in a row ever.
No.
But let me tell you how these things are going to go. How things always usually go in college basketball. Teams hit rough stretches, as do all basketball teams. I mean, look at the Nets themselves. Look at the Warriors this season.
Yeah.
But they got themselves a few quality wins, and now they're going to go into ACC play. They'll probably go 10-8, 11-7, 12-6. They'll have a winning ACC record, and they'll get into the tournament. They'll be a 6, 5, 4 seed, and they'll be a sleeper for March Madness because Armando Bacot and Caleb Love are back.
Mm-hmm.
So their main core is there, and they have the tournament experience. So, just because if I would worry about UNC if they start to fall under an ACC play, but for now with these early games, I mean, you can easily recover. The college basketball committee only really punishes bad losses. I wouldn't say UNC's had one of those quite yet.